Yo, welcome to Roots and Gaps. My name is B, and welcome to another episode. I know it's been a long time since I've done an episode. A lot's been going on, so I haven't been able to keep up. I made a promise that I'll bring the next video by September, and I couldn't. It's already October, so because of that, usually I have something prepared so that way I'm on track on bullet points on what I really want to talk about. Because I don't want it to be delayed even more. This is going to be kind of rough. Let me know if you guys like this a little better or you guys like me prepping it ahead of time. But I do have down everything that, like at least the videos that I want to talk about. So yeah, let me know if you guys like it like this or you guys prefer it more prepped. Okay, let's roll the intro. All right, so last time we were talking about the Western Hmong dialect, right? Where it's pretty much Hmong people who originated in Yunnan province, China, okay? And there were those who migrated out and they came to like Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, and Burma, and etc. And we were talking about that language, but specifically, I was going into Hmong dialect or White Hmong dialect for the past video, and I was going to share the Central Hmong dialect plus the Eastern Hmong dialect to start things off. So just a reminder, there's three Hmong, right? We were talking about there's three Hmong. There's the Western Hmong, Central Hmong, and Eastern Hmong. So I want to start off with a simple video of Messi doing sharing the three dialects. All right, here we go.
如何和不同地方苗族打招呼？
东部方言苗族蒙入，中部方言苗族蒙阿，西部方言苗族娘肉。
So here's a little taste of the language, right? So when she says "Dongbu Miaotu," that's when she's talking about the Eastern Hmong, right? So from here she says is Hmong Ru, and then the Central Hmong dialect was Hmong Ru. Sorry if I butcher it. Forgive me if I butcher it. And then she went and say Sibu, which is Western, okay? When she said Nyojong, anyone from like America, Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Burma, Yunnan province, Sichuan province, Guangxi province will all understand that. So I found this video where they were counting 1 through 10 in Western Hmong, Central Hmong, and Eastern Hmong, and it also in the lower thirds it shows where it's from. Okay, let's take a look. Cool. So this one is Central Hmong dialect, right? He's from Guizhou province. Yeah. I think we recognize this guy. He's been on some of my previous video. He's Guli Yang. So if you been watching my channel, you guys probably recognize him. Okay. Let's see the Eastern Hmong dialect count from 1 through 10. Remember how we were talking about how like language evolution's a thing, and how like our language evolves because of like distance and so many different factors that led to our language to change. And despite all the changes, like just hearing these numbers, you can kind of hear certain numbers that are still like similar. Like for example, when the Eastern monks were saying 10, they said gu, right? Something similar to that, right? Wow, we the Hmong Americans. I'm Hmong white, by the way. If you guys don't know, we say gao, right? Gao, gu. It's very similar, right? Just and the way it's pronounced is kind of different, right? But it's recognizable, right? And then if any of you are confused about what I was talking about, I wanted to go over Yiha's video where she was being interviewed. I'm going to translate her words word for word, mostly because I feel like the translator is just like nothing bad about the translator. I feel like she's just translating what's simple for her, or what makes it easier for the audience to hear. Whereas I think there were certain things that I feel like Yiha said that was significant and important to know that wasn't translated. So let's play that video.
每一个苗族它都有一点点语言不一样，但是不能说我们不是一样的苗族，我们都是一样的苗族，只是说因为地域的问题，可能在迁移的过程中会有一点点变化。但是这不影响我们是不是苗族，我们既然是祖先传下来的，都是有一点相似点的。但是因为时间的迁变，可能会中部、西部还有东部会有一点点变化。但是我在这里，我希望，就是所有世界的苗族的，同胞们，我们应该是团结友爱的。
So, first of all, I want to say that I didn't translate this on my own. I had help translate this because I did hear certain things that she said. As I mentioned earlier before I played the video, there were certain things that I feel like I heard her say that I feel like it was significant, or I feel like it was important to be translated. But then, I can only hear certain things. So, I had help, someone who is actually fluent in Mandarin to translate this for me. And thank you. That person preferred not to be mentioned, so I will not mention that person's name. But I thank you for translating it for me. But yes, one of the most important things that I felt like she said in here was that she says that, she hopes that all the Hmong, all over the world, will unite and love each other, right? That's what's very important, I feel like, that she said. I'm gonna play Timmy's translation, just so I can go over points of why I said that why I said that certain things I feel like she said was important that needed to be translated, and that it wasn't mentioned. So just so that we're on the same page. It's not that I'm saying anything bad about her.
Mong nhà họ gắn tu nó nên nhà mọi nhà nghe chúng mấy họ tờ nữa liệu nhìn sai chỉ tao để này cho hai lũ mình cả này thì giờ chẳng mong họ bị cho nhau trâu sa ấy giờ đi nhau trâu sa quậy trâu thì giờ chẳng mong họ sang nhìn nào là được họ phát cái tên nào là này thì giờ chẳng mong xứ này cho giờ bây giờ mong lại cho bây giờ bao công việc chữ cho lũ này cho giờ thay tao để tới rồi bây giờ tao muốn nhau chỉ tới giờ chờ cho bây giờ lũ theo lì bị bảo sinh thì sẽ sợ thì theo lệ giờ đó sẽ bây giờ mua đi in ra thì bây giờ cho phần bùa giờ chủ yếu trong ý ạ còn nào mà giờ mất tiền kia lo lụt tiền bây giờ mong là mình chỉ hiểu bây giờ bây giờ tiền bây giờ mong xưa giờ nên giờ hay lên nên hayจะbiếtแต่nên chỉ giờ mong là chỉ cú giờ nên vậy là luôn như chị rong rồi đó.
So she mentioned all that, but then she didn't mention Central Hmong, Western Hmong, Eastern Hmong, which I feel like was one of the most important things to translate, mostly because this would have changed the entire meaning for me as an audience if I didn't start learning Mandarin, even though I'm not fluent and there's still a long way for me to go before I truly fully understand Mandarin. It makes it a little confusing the way without translating the part where she says, "Oh, Central Hmong, Eastern Hmong, and Western Hmong," So that's why I said it was important that was translated. I had a friend translate it for me because when I was listening to it, I did hear that, but then I didn't hear Timmy translate that, so it made me kind of curious on what she actually said, right? Because when I heard her say Western, Central, and Eastern Hmong, I didn't really understand the rest of it. I mean, listening to it now, I kind of hear it. But then when I had my friend translate it for me, that's when I realized, oh, she actually said, well, the fact that I'm here, I want eventually all the Hmong around the world to unite and love each other, and for me that is powerful, right? That's powerful in comparison to her just saying at the end, saying, oh, if I were to say you're not Hmong, then that wouldn't look right, which conveys a different message. Another reason why I felt like it needed to be translated, because I went through this interview so many times, and not to call her out or anything, but I feel like some of her information isn't correct, such as so.
Nên nhớ đó thì mình cả thì đó này vậy khỏi mình nên tờ lọ thì chỉ số lọ này mà lọ tây lọ thái tây lọ tây thì mình cả thì rồi của bố thì nên cho bố lù mông lăng lù mông đau này ạ. Thì nhớ là tới chơi số này vậy số mua cầu bên biểu diễn năng bên mua nhà hải năng thì bên trong sắp lợi nhớ hầu như tới chơi số này chỉ này bố thì cầu bên biểu diễn thì bên là mà nhận đông bảo đi chạm mông nè.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here. So right here is where she actually says, okay, so there's 3 billion population in China. There are 56 ethnicities, and we are the top 3 populated ethnicity in China. So this is what I was saying, that some of her information isn't right. From my understanding, we are number 6, not number 3. Let's go to our friendly Google. There's a resource that I found here in January 2014. The Hans were 91.6% of the population in China, putting them at 1.2 billion people in China. And then our group were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as I said, we're 9.4 million population in China, making this the biggest Hmong population over the world. Because, let me see, Hmong population in the U.S. is currently, according to 2021 census, it's 368,609 population. Okay, so in China, there's way like X amount of Hmong people over there. So I'm going to continue with this video since there are some words that were shared from Yiha's group.
Điều này có hay bây giờ nông mỏ này hay chả nè nè
猫娘
nó nhẹ nông gai này
猫二
nó ai có rất nhiều
整么很闹 OK。
猫一样
yeah.
一样的。
Cool. So this is pretty cool, right? The word eat, right? We still say it's very the same, right? It's kind of cool because she kind of went into our language, right? She said "no yeah," which means basically she's saying the word eat is the same. Which makes sense why she was able to just fluently say that in our language, because no is similar. I'm not sure about ya, right? And then iya, right, means the same or like, right, in our language. In Mandarin, it's actually yang, right? So forgive me if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but my point is her just saying that those three words, she was able to transition into our language so easily just because it's not that hard to just convert from saying, eat is the same. Alright, so this next video, it's a Hmong girl from Guizhou province. But she said something pretty interesting here. She shared one phrase. And let's take a look and then we'll talk about it, okay?
你会说我们西方牛有一点儿？
会一点点。
你说你好新年快乐用你这个前期南的牛语来说一下。
新年快乐脑栽荣。
脑栽荣。
Happy New Year, we would say "Nya Zhong Shong Chia." However, she actually says "Nya Cha Zhong," which is, if you listen to it, it's just different structures of how her language is spoken. Cha will be more like green, Hmong green, or Hmong Ling, right? White Hmong speaker like me will say "Nya Zhong Shong Chia." However, Hmong green speakers will say "Nya Zhong Shong Cha," which is why when she said "Nya Cha Zhou," it's almost as if her grammar structure of the way she speak or the way they speak is different, right? So instead of saying cha, which is new, right, we say it at the end, whereas her group says it in the middle. So I thought that was really interesting. The next person I'm playing, I'm not sure who she is because I can't tell, it's kind of blurry. But she's from the same Hmong group as Ayoto. If you don't know who Ayoto is, she has like the most beautiful voice. She has a beautiful voice when she sings. But yeah, this is from her group, okay? I believe they're also from Guizhou province. But I recognize her group based off of the hat, okay?
大家好，今天我们又来学新的词。吃饭 Ntuab 喝酒 Hmoob 说话 Vang 唱歌 Dawb
Alright, so let's talk about this. This is pretty cool, right? 吃饭, which is to eat, right? Like we said earlier, we say "no." This group, Ayoto's group, they say it a little different, right?
吃饭 Ntuab
She says "nanggang," right? Something like that, right? But notice, "no" is the same, right? Although I feel like she says it more like "no" instead of "no," right? But it's still distinguished. Like we're able to hear what she's saying. Nanggang. The next word she said is drink wine.
喝酒 Hmoob
She says "喝酒." Okay. Check this out. For you Hmong speakers, Hmong American speakers, you guys know where this is going. But for those of you at home who don't know any Hmong, we say how ya. Let's listen to it again, okay?
Hou jiu.
She said how ya, right? And then we say how ya. Just from what our understanding of language evolution so far, right? If you've been following my videos, that's pretty cool. Like, we've been, what, over 4,000 years apart, and wow. Like, wow. I mean, if you think about, like, how long our language been separated and that remains the same, that's amazing, right? But I don't know, that's just me. Now, going back to Messi, right? I found a video of her teaching how everyone says I love you.
西部苗语古娘告，中部苗语为希梦或者为的希梦，东部苗语为战梦或者为爷梦。你学会了吗？
Cool. So that was pretty interesting, right? Central Hmong and Eastern Hmong, the way they say I love you, I feel like it's more similar, whereas Western Hmong, it's different, right? But what I found was interesting is that throughout the video, when she went to Central Hmong and Eastern Hmong, she would use the word hoja, which is or. For example, she said,
中部苗语为希梦或者为的希梦。
she says we himong or we de himong. Then when she goes to Eastern Hmong, okay,
东部苗语为战梦或者为爷梦。
we jiamong hoja, which is or, we yanmong. However, when she was saying Western Hmong, right, what I thought was interesting was she just says gu nya ga. I would have thought she would have said gu nya ga hoja gu lu ga. But, you know, me not, you know, growing up with the China group, I'm not sure, right, how they evolved their language. So for Hmong Americans, right, this is specifically Hmong American who speaks the white Hmong dialect, okay? Gunya ga, which is similar to gunya ga, right? The way the pronunciation, at least, would fall more under I like you. I love you would actually be gu lu ga, okay? So this I find interesting. I thought this was very interesting. I think as of today, still a lot of us don't know too much about all this, right? So even Bayin Cha, right? Someone who's pretty recent, who went into Miss Universe in 2022. She was invited to China, and she spoke a mixture between English and Hmong. And yeah, let's play a little from it.
Hello, welcome to China. How about you feel about your first visit to China?
First of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me here. I feel very happy and I feel so proud. I didn't know at first time that there would be so much Hmong here, and that's really surprised me because everybody welcomed me like it's so warm and it's so nice. Everybody is smiling, and there's so many of you, and I'm so very happy to be here, and I do want to be here again next time.
So even here, right, she mentions that, oh, I didn't know there was a lot of Hmong people in Mangguang. We still have a long way to go. It's still fairly new to a lot of Hmong people, right? Especially to the ones that migrated out. I think what happened was, you know, the fact that we migrated out and we stayed in mountains, right? We kind of thought that, you know, we're left alone, right? I don't know if this is true, but this is just my theory and my hypothesis. We felt like we were left alone, so we're thinking we're the only Hmong people, right? Coming to America, we say, okay, well, this is Hmong culture now. So there are still so many things that we don't know, which is why I really think that we should, come together and get to know each other. It's going to be hard because, all these separation cause so many different, so many changes in our dialect that it's going to be hard, right? But I think it's possible. Yeah, I think it's possible, as long as our intentions are good and we make the effort, then I think it's possible. But yeah, this is it for me. Sorry for the long video, and I know I sidetracked so much. It's not scripted. I didn't plan so much, mostly because, like I said, so many things happened, so I couldn't really prepare for it. I do know which videos I wanted to watch. Some videos that I wanted to talk about, they're not there anymore too, so it made it even harder. So I do hope you guys forgive me, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I know I mentioned also that I want to be doing a Hmong Lang video, a comparison of Hmong Lang video, but then I was thinking that, after I finish talking about subjects that I want to talk about, I'll go into the video because it's kind of complicated. It's complicated in the sense of, I don't know how different Hmong Lang is in China. And as of the Hmong American group, we essentially think of them as one group, and then some still say they're different because of background history and whatnot. There's so many different stories, so it's a little complicated. So I will get back to it another time. Let me know if you guys, let me know if you guys like this format a little more, or you guys prefer a little more organized format. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.